talk about zeroing first, okay? So the number one argument on the internet that has replaced 9mm versus 45 ACP as God's round is, do you zero your red dot pistol at 10 or 25 yards? Let me be clear about this. I don't care, right? Just pick one that applies to your practical application, okay? What does that mean? If it's 25 yards, you need a 25 yard zero. If it's short of that, then let's go ahead and consider the 10, okay? Self-defense shootings, 10 yards and in, blah, blah, blah. Do you still need to know how to shoot at 25? Absolutely, because like Colonel Cooper said, right, statistics are cold comfort for the man that just got hit by lightning, okay? But do it based on your practical application, okay? And do it correctly, right? For example, does anybody know with a proper 10-yard zero where it prints at 25 with you doing everything perfect? 0.7 inches high. So that's aim here, hit here. Do you guys have more stuff to worry about than that? Yeah. Where does a 25-yard zero print? At 10. See the 1 inch square? If you put the dot in the middle of the 1 inch square and do everything perfectly, it'll hit on the bottom of the 1 inch square. Maybe. So here's the thing. Here's my pecking order for what really matters as far as hitting shit accurately at distance. Number one, marksmanship, okay? What does that mean? It's your grip, it's your trigger press, it's everything, okay? Number one is marksmanship. Number two is the gun, okay? For example, right, a Glock, as wonderful and as reliable as they are not as accurate as, say, a 1911, 2011 Walthers, CZs and stuff like that, just because of the lockup, okay? Number three, ammo. Number four is your zero, okay? Because here's the deal. If you can shoot, your zero really doesn't matter. If you can't shoot, your zero really doesn't fucking matter. Does that make sense? Okay? So what are the issues between the two, right? So people that like the 25, that want to talk shit about the 10, it's what they do is they take the same target they used at 25 and they apply it to 10, which is an NRA B8, right? And then they take the smallest surface area on that B8, which is the X-ring, okay? And they try and put 3 rounds in there, they do that, then they go back to 25 and say, windage is all fucked up. Well, that's, of course it is, because the X-ring on a B8 is 1.72 inches. At 10 yards, that is not a zero, that's a coordinate, okay? You need a more refined level of accuracy if you're gonna shoot up close or closer, right? That's why we have those 1 inch squares there, okay? We're gonna try and put 3 rounds in the 1 inch square, okay? AJ and I will come up to you to see if you want us to help you adjust your zero accordingly, right? Here's the thing though, we're not your dad. If you don't want us touching your gun, we're not gonna touch your gun. But if you shoot 3 rounds high and to the left and you go, it's okay bro, I got a 25-yard zero, and I look at you like this, you may want to reconsider, but hey, it's your gun, we're not your dad, okay? Anyway, then we're gonna go out to the 25, okay? And we're gonna test that to see if there's a large enough deviation for you to care, okay? So you guys see my logo? There's a black circle behind the mask there, okay? That black circle is exactly the same size as a 9 ring, the black surface on a B8. We're gonna put the dot in the middle of the logo, 3 rounds. We'll do relay 1, circle, and then do relay 2. And we'll see if you even have the marksmanship to be talking about a 25-yard zero. Also notice, there are no benches here, okay? When the test comes, whatever test that is, are you gonna be shooting from a bench? Then I don't like zeroing from a bench. You guys do what you wanna do after the class. We're gonna go through my process now. Does that make sense? Okay. So guys, when you're shooting, do me a favor. Stand how you normally stand when you shoot, okay? Don't get all fucking crazy and start going Captain Morgan and stacking A and B pillars on me and shit, okay? Don't do that, right? Just stand how you normally stand. Also, feel free to adjust the brightness of the dot, okay? You don't want it so bright that it's overpowering the 1 inch square. You also don't want it so dim that you're straining to see the dot, okay? Even though those are on opposite sides of the brightness spectrum, both ways are how you get sucked into the dot, okay? And how do you know you're getting sucked into the dot? When that thing starts moving like you got Parkinson's, okay? When that happens, you need to dismount the gun, take a breath, refocus on the squares, and finish the rest of your set. Does that make sense? Okay, let me go ahead and demo this for you. Okay, we'll talk about it and then you guys will get started. Okay, all right, eyes and ears, everybody. I'm going to shoot somebody's target here. Sorry about that. All right. When I say downrange, that's just me. When I say everybody, let's go look at it, that's everybody. Let's go look at it. So notice we got too low right there, right? It's because I can barely see the 1-inch squares. Look, guys, right? I wear glasses, I shoot the dot, my eyes are slant. It's fucking hard for me to see.
Oh, goddamn.
Now, see how they're loosening out there? The cracker jokes will start about noon. All right, anyway. So it was just the sun coming off me. It was like, but notice that the group's okay. But then I was like, okay, fucker, relax. I came up and I hit the 1-inch square, okay? I know my shit's zeroed, right? Because I teach 100 classes, right? And I just hit a fucking 94 in less than 20 seconds in a class. I know my stuff's zeroed. Things are going to happen as far as the sun goes. You don't want to go chasing zeros, okay? When I stop fucking around, I hit the 1-inch square. But Scott, it's not in the center of the center of the center. All right. If your accuracy requirement is higher than a 1-inch square at 10 yards, you're living life way too fucking hard, okay? So don't go chasing zeros, because the next thing you know, you're gonna go through 200 rounds just trying to zero your shit, making everything perfect. Good enough quickly is better than perfect slow as shit. Mike Pinot. Make sense, guys? So I know my stuff is good. I'm not gonna adjust it for the interest of time. Does that make sense? Cool, awesome. All right, so whoever relay 1 is, you're up first. 1, 2, all right? What do you think?
1 to the right?
Yeah.
Top left square field. There's
Top left.
two,
Maybe I
two
should
top
clean
and then one just off to the right corner.
Okay, and it's, yeah, but they're right on the top, right? I would still bring it down too, because at distance, you're gonna be way high, okay? All right, so let's go down to, let's see what happens. There you go, bud. Feel good?
Yep.
Looked amazing. Even for a ginger.
And a fucking lefty, man.
And oh my God.
The devil's
If you were
child.
gay, you'd have like the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
All right. When we do this, guys, the thing about 25 yards, right, is when I zero, so I zero at 10. If I have the resources, I then confirm at 25, okay? And this is not a commercial. With my Walthers, the difference between a 10 and a 25 is absolutely fucking negligible for me to even to think it's that much of a difference. With my staccatos and his 1911s and 2011s, it's not a big fucking difference, right? With Glocks, it's going to be a big difference, okay? Not a big difference. It'll be about ½ an inch. Right, so for example, with my Walther, if I zero at 10, I keep it in the middle. With my Glocks, if I'm shooting B8s, I put on the bottom of the X middle of the 10 ring. Same smell. Does that make sense, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. The important thing here, as far as a shooting aspect goes, is calling your shots, okay? Calling your shots is not where the dot was when you pulled the trigger, it's where it lifted from. Right? You can do it with irons, but because you have so many focal planes on the target that you're negotiating, it's a lot harder than just one focal plane looking at the target and seeing where the dot rose from. So when you guys get done shooting, you're gonna try, because you can't see the holes, you're gonna try and from where the dot lifted from, you're gonna try and guess where the shots went. Some of you will be very successful and it'll be a new skill. Some of you won't because you don't have the marksmanship yet. We're gonna work on that stuff, okay? So let me shoot it first. We'll go down, we'll look at it, I'll circle it, then we'll go through those 3 relays, okay? Eyes and ears, guys. Oh, I can see that fucking hole.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. All right. We actually don't need to go down there because we see the fucking holes. That's the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so calling your shots are real easy when you can see the holes at 25 yards, right? So you see the first one? See how it's right in the middle? Can everybody see it or no?
No. Hell no.
Okay, let's go back. I was so impressed with myself. I just said, let's get this over with, right? And I just shanked one right there, and the other ones were. That would be in the X ring. That might be a line break. It'd be at least a 10, right? So here's the thing, right? That was me. That's why the marksmanship part is, right? I just rushed through that thing. It is what it is, okay? But as far as these goes, for your practical application, are those satisfactory shots?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Here's the thing though, right? Based on your practical application, right? If it's work, if it's self-defense, abso-fucking-lutely. If your whole status as a human being is you posting your B8 scores on the fucking internet, then you need a 25-yard zero, right? You're boring as fuck. Nobody cares what you think. But, hey man, you do you. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I'm going to do, what you guys are going to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and circle these so we know which ones are which. We're going to do the first 7, then the second 7, and then the final 6. Okay? Got it? Cool. Let's do it.
Sorry, I couldn't see the numbers. I thought it was calling them off on that side.
Because it's a good group,
Huh.
right?
Well,
Slightly
yeah,
to the
I wish
left,
it was.
right?
About that.
Yeah, I would say if you want to refine it and if you think it wasn't you, I would take it 1 click to the right.
I think it probably is me.
Okay, you want to leave it alone then?
Truthfully, I'd probably leave it because my 10 was real tight. I think it was this cluster.
Yep,
So
yep. And I'll let you come to that own
We have a
discovery.
problem.
I am gonna agree it's with
Yeah.
you.
Well,
and what that is
the problem
basically is you
we're both
overstress
shooting
your
the same
thumbs when you're
target, 'cause
shooting.
I thought
We're
we
gonna
were
talk about that when we
I
get
even
into grip.
counted it
That's
off.
wholly
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Well, I didn't know what
Okay.
10 was.
It's me. It's always me. I'm always a problem.